What's up everybody, it's your boy Nate. Today we're going to be talking about the latest and greatest motion design trends, techniques, and software that is completely dominating the industry in the year 2022. Because let's face it, motion design is an ever-changing and evolving industry, and it's important as motion designers to stay up to date with the latest techniques, the latest software, and the latest trends, especially so you're not blindsided when a client asks, hey, I want something that looks exactly like this. If this is your first time here on the channel, we talk about all sorts of motion design, animation, and software, so make sure you go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest and dopest stuff that we got planned. Anyways, I'm super excited. I know you are too. All right, let's go. First up, we have isometric animation and design. Isometric design has been gaining a lot of momentum in the year 2022. Even though this trend has been around for a while, it has seen a resurgence in 3D and 2D animation, as well as graphic design. Isometric design first showed up hundreds of years ago, before disappearing from prevalence until the 1980s when it made a resurgence thanks to video games, and artists were finding themselves having the huge benefit of communicating 3D space in 2 dimensions. Nowadays, many artists are finding the advantages of isometric perspective rather than one that naturally mimics how we see things with our eyes. This technique is both aesthetically pleasing and helpful for conveying a nostalgic and satisfying quality. Minimalism has affected every aspect of our lives, and that is especially prevalent in this next trend. So restricted colors is the technique of telling a visual story with only a few primary colors rather than a rich palette of many hues and shades. Since motion design trends tend to follow digital illustration trends, restricted colors has also emerged as one of the most popular in the motion design industry. This trend challenges the artist to use only a limited color palette to reveal the mood and character. Its main advantage is reducing the options, which leads to faster decisions, appearing simple and sophisticated at the same time. Restricted color palette pays homage to retro graphics from the past and evokes a sense of nostalgia, which the audience is especially receptive to. Next, we have noise and gradient textures. Gradients aren't going away anytime soon, but they are evolving into grainy gradient textures. This trend reminds us of the older print techniques such as risography and letterpress, and the usage of noise and gradient textures in a video adds a sense of authenticity and realism, which the audience finds welcoming. Brands who preach homemade and organic products have been more open to grainy animation videos that convey a homey quality. This technique is also an easy way to add extra depth and character to your animations by having that little bit of motion and richness to the designs. Next, we have animated collage. This year has been the year that animated collages have dominated the most, and it may be thanks to the rising popularity in infographic animations or artists translating older mediums to new technology. Either way, animated collages are one of those trends that become super popular, die out for a few years, and then resurface even stronger than before. In the past, you may have seen MTV pioneering this style with their intro motion graphics that were collage, but nowadays you can see animated collages from a variety of artists to communicate multiple themes, from historical education to full-on commercial work. If you guys are enjoying these trends and want to show support for the channel, go ahead, hit that like button. You guys already know what it is. All right, let's hop right back into the list. Next, we have exaggerated CGI and 3D integration. Since the barrier for entry to 3D has been significantly diminished these past few years, it's no surprise that CGI and 3D integration in video has become more and more increasingly popular in 2022. Thanks to improvements in 3D software such as Blender, which is a completely free 3D software, and also the amazing advancements in photorealism and real-time rendering with tools like Unreal Engine, more and more productions are using exaggerated CGI to really showcase the growing interest in the 3D community. Take, for example, these music videos which use 3D set extensions, full 3D replacements, and a number of CGI shots rather than relying on real-world locations or even real-world sets. It's mind-blowing to imagine that a few years ago these videos would have been much more difficult to create and extremely costlier. Nowadays, exaggerated CGI is a great example of technology influencing the media. Here we have Claymation. Now, Claymation is a style of animation that was traditionally done by hand and taken with a series of images, but nowadays the technology has become more and more advanced that our desire to simulate the past has become more and more popular. So nowadays 3D artists are specifically making 3D or CGI animations that mimic the retro style of Claymation with impressive looking results. There's just something so cool about translating an older animation style and technique into a newer art form. Just take a look at this music video from Tyler the Creator, 21 Savage, Pharrell. This not only borrows elements from Claymation, but also mimics the origin of animation itself with an overall zoetrope design. This has to be one of the coolest and dopest music videos I've seen this entire year. So I wouldn't be surprised if more people follow suit as the year progresses. Next, we have retro. Now, you've probably heard the saying that everything old is new again, and the resurgence of retro influenced design is no coincidence, especially after the pandemic. Consumers are more receptive to familiar nostalgic products and brands, which gives them emotional reassurance and comfort during uncertain times. As a recap, the reason why all of these trends are popular today is because they all follow a similar theme of paying homage to an era of retro design, a time when all these elements were heavily used. That's right, 2022 is the new 80s. Now, if you guys enjoyed those motion design trends and you want to see more really dope art coming from the community, I guarantee you're gonna like this video. So make sure you go ahead, check it out, click on it. And if you guys have not already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest and greatest. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.